fans, what's going on? It's your boy King. We come out on top versus the Rockets, man. 112-104. Pistons get their second win of the season and start out this road trip with a victory. That is the most important thing that I wanted to see from this team. Start out with a victory. Give yourself a chance to come up with some wins against some of these guys. The defense carried it pretty much for most of the game, just as I said in the live stream. So the Pistons are a better defensively team. They did just better defense. You know, the Houston Rockets are not great on defense. They're horrible at shooting free throws, even though they got majority of the free throws. We'll get to the refs later in this video. But the Detroit Pistons, they did enough on the defensive end to help provide offense for them. So like I said, when you look at, you know, the scores on turnovers, you know, the Pistons definitely won that category. So we were a little turnover happy ourselves in the first half, kind of cleaned that up in the second half. You know, like I said, a lot of things to break down in this game, but let's start out this video. Don't want to keep you guys waiting. Let's talk about Cade Cunningham versus Jalen Green. Jalen Green, we all know, you know, he can score the basketball. You know what I'm saying? That's all fine and dandy. One thing that Jalen Green is going to have to learn is scoring points mean nothing if they're not in the direction of helping your team win. Cade Cunningham showed the maturity and showed the focus on winning this basketball game. You know, Jalen Green, he got by Cade Cunningham and dunked, and then he screamed at Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham gave him nothing, no reaction, nothing. Cade's mind was strictly on wins, and that's why the Detroit Pistons went and got Cade Cunningham. You know, Cade Cunningham was constantly communicating with his team, constantly communicating with the coaching staff. Jalen Green is pretty much just freelancing out there. You're not going to get the floor leadership from Jalen Green. You're not going to get the IQ from Jalen Green. The only thing he is just a raw scorer. That's it. So that's the difference, and that's the reason why we made that pick, and it was the right pick, because Cade Cunningham is also a clutch time player. In the end of the game, like I said, he came up with a couple of big baskets to help us win this basketball game. Him and Jeremy Grant. Instead of Jeremy Grant shooting some wild shot at the end of the game, Cade Cunningham did what he was supposed to. Besides the turnover at the end on the pass that he tried to get to Isaiah Stewart, I felt like he should have went to the rim, or, you know, they had plenty of time on the clock, but that's just one play. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the game, he showed his worth, you know, as that clutch gene is there. This is the second game where we've seen it from Cade, you know, and like I said, when he's on the floor. Here, let's just go ahead and address the elephant in the room. Corey Joseph, man. Corey Joseph is trending on Twitter. He's trending on Twitter simply because everyone is sick of what I've been fussing about over the last, couple of weeks. So it's like, you know, instantly you see everything go out of this game. When you sit Cade and Killian at the same time, everything goes out. One of them at least got to stay on the floor. You got to stagger them or something, because Corey Joseph cannot be your floor general while those two sit. It's just not going to work. He provides you nothing offensively. He provides you nothing defensively. He provides you nothing from a floor general standpoint. So, you know, we definitely need better veterans, to be honest. But, you know, with those two on the bench, obviously Corey has to come in because Saben Lee is on G League assignment. At this point, the fan base rather see Saben Lee get that position and get those minutes besides Corey Joseph. And I got to agree with him, because you can't use the veteran battle simply because he's not a good veteran. He's just not, man. He's been horrible. He is aged. He is past his time as that type of guy. So it's time for the Pistons to move forward and do something else, because Corey Joseph is going to lose them a lot of games. We came out hot. We were shooting. The offense was flowing fine. And Cade gets a few fouls. Corey comes in, and Olynyk, and everything is done. Everything is instantly done. Houston starts to come back. They start to score. Jalen Green gets himself going simply off of that. You know, like I said, Kevin Porter Jr. pretty much was frustrated throughout the entire game. Got to attest to that with Killian Hayes' defense. Killian's defense just continues to be what it is, man. Like I said, you know, It's very important for us to play defense, on ball defense at our guard positions, man, because it's going to win you games. And it's done that tonight. Even though Jalen Green did get off, he got off mostly against guys that had no business checking him at times. So, we seen a guy like Trey Lyles sit there and look at him while Jalen just drained a three in his face. So, absolute something that we just have to change up. We got to do something. Like I said, we got to stagger or something. Isaiah Stewart tonight, I felt really bad for him. And we'll take him on into the next topic that I want to talk to you about real quick. Isaiah Stewart tonight was in foul trouble tonight. And, it just lingered. It didn't allow him to be in the game. He was constantly taken out of the game for fouls that a lot of us we just couldn't get with. The refs tonight were absolutely terrible. They have been the most terrible I've seen so far this year. They are horrible. I don't know who the staff is, but they're horrible. Like I said, the challenges tonight, all went the Pistons' way. And obviously it was heavy one-sided when it came to even getting fouls because Houston went to the line constantly. It's been that way against the Pistons for some reason. I don't understand why. Y'all see me, I got something in my throat. The foul from the three-pointer on Isaiah Stewart, if you would have paid attention, you would have seen the guy's leg come out. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah Stewart clearly jumped to the side. So that was overturned. And then, at the same time, just the calls, period, throughout this game were absolutely horrible. A lot of bad calls this game. So for the Pistons to withstand that and also, withstand the barrage of three-pointers that's coming from Houston, the only way that they can have success is defensively. And that's what they decided to do tonight, and it produced them a W. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's about wins. When it comes to these players, they're all in for each other. None of them are out there trying to look cute for the stat sheets. That's not what it is. Sometimes guys have a good game. Sometimes guys don't. Sometimes guys are heavily looked to do the scoring. Sometimes guys aren't. That's just what it is. And, like I said, it reminds me of the Go to Work Pistons in the way that they were structured. Sometimes it was Chauncey. Sometimes it was Rip. Sometimes Tayshaun had a good game. Sometimes it was Rasheed Wallace. So you want that type of team. You want teams that where the players they're trying to make sure everybody is, together, and they're trying to win a game together. It's really a team type of mentality. That's what you want to see. And in order to do that, on the defensive end, you have to have that mindset. And that's what the Pistons have. Tonight I've seen there were times where Isaiah Stewart, when he was on the court, when he got in trouble, Jeremy Grant slid over. We haven't seen that in years here. You know what I mean? Blake never slid over. Plumlee was horrible at it. We all know what Tobias Harris used to do to Drummond when he was here. I love the fact that they trust each other on defense. They communicate on defense. And when guys are having bad shooting nights, per se, Sadiq Bey had a bad night from 3-point tonight, but in the fourth quarter, he came up big and they leaned on him. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're having a bad night, hey, you get going, we're going to lean on you. You know what I'm saying? I love that about this team. But we got to talk about the coaching standpoint. And from a coaching standpoint tonight, my only gripe is Corey Joseph. That is my only thing, man. Like I said, he just gets entirely too many minutes. And, I would not have a problem with it if he produced you something on the defense or the offensive end, but he does neither. So that is definitely going to continue to be a negative in the fan base's eyes until they change that situation or until Corey Joseph decides to do anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's just going to be there. No minutes from Hamidou Diallo tonight actually pissed me off once again because I felt like at a point of the game we needed athleticism. You can't attack Christian Wood. You cannot. That's why the attacks were they were limited. The only one that is lanky enough to do so is Jeremy Grant. So for what it was worth, you know, Cade is a little bit longer, say per se, than guys like Killian and Saddiq Bey. You know, Saddiq is taller, but Cade his frame he's longer. So it allowed him to get away with a few things. You know, but the thing with Cade, he attacked the basket when Christian Wood wasn't, you know what I'm saying, down there. And that's what you just going to have to do, because when Christian's in the game, you're not going to just go down there and drive and attack Christian Wood. He's going to block your shot. It's going to happen. And, you know, like I said, one thing that Christian Wood doesn't, you know, get a lot of credit for is his ability to switch and check guards out on the perimeter. And he was able to do that tonight. So you've seen that when the Pistons were trying to run pick and roll situations. Christian Wood was able to, you know, to hold it down, man. And got to get credit to him. You know, Christian came out hot today. He was knocking down some threes. But like I said, the Pistons figured it out, man. They figured it out. And like I said, that defense eventually is going to wear on you to where Houston started chucking up some bad shots. Let's just be honest about it. They were chucking up some bad shots. And that's just in totality the type of team they are. It's like, you know, they've been like this for over the last decade or so, where if the shots fall, they fall. If they don't, you know, then, hey, screw it. You know, it's live by the three, die by the three with them. And, you know, like I said, when you're rebuilding a young team like that, the Houston Rockets need not to create those type of habits. They just cannot figure it out that you have to play defense in this league in order to be successful. So, you know, like I said, the Pistons have it on one side of the ball, but gradually the offense is coming. It's coming. Guys are still not making shots. Frank Jackson still can't make shots. You know, like I said, the guy, you know, Saddiq is still struggling too. Like I said, I still have questions about this new ball, man. I really do. I got questions about this ball. Some people struggle with it, some people not. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't happening league wide, then I probably wouldn't even think of that. But it just seems that way, because these are guys that were, you know, virtually just ridiculous shooting threes when they were open, and they just can't knock it down. You see Saddiq Bey and Frank Jackson struggling, something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, like I said, for what it's worth, man, the Pistons took care of business tonight. The Jalen Green, Cade Cunningham battle number one is in the books, where Cade Cunningham comes out with a W, and that is simply what it's about for him. It's simply about W's for him, man. He's not out there to try to give you 35 points of emptiness. And that's one thing that Jalen Green is going to have to get in his head, man. How can I score, but at the same time, how can I affect the game to make my teammates better? And that's what he doesn't get. So, you know, the childish antics that, you know, he continues to do, he'll grow out of that. He's a kid, so, you know, hopefully he grows out of that. But like I said, you got to learn how to help your team win games. So with that said, let me know what you guys thought about the battle between the two. And also, what do you think about this game overall? Did you like the refs tonight? You know, are you happy with what you saw, you know what I'm saying, from Cade Cunningham tonight? Jeremy Grant is Jeremy Grant. So, you know, like I said, just leave it in the comments, man. I'm looking forward to hear you guys. And we move on to the next target, which is the Cleveland Cavaliers and Evan Mobley on Friday. So I'll definitely be seeing you guys before the game Friday. Maybe we do another pregame stream. And, you know, the only reason I decided not to do a stream tonight after the game is simply because I have something I got to do. But with that said, man, it's been a long day for me. Y'all enjoy y'all night, get some rest, and be safe, man. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.